Hey guys.
Hi.
Welcome back to another episode of
Fact or Fiction Friday.
I'm Brandon.
Hi, I'm Shanae.
And we have a good one for you today.
Yep.
So, Fact or Fiction Friday is our series where we tell a story. And while we tell a story, you start thinking about what it is we're talking about. And at the end of it, we reveal if it's fact or fiction.
Yep.
All right, so let's get started.
This is a story of an American athlete who was not only talented on the football field, but also gave back to his community and the children of his community. He also had children of his own, and he was a great dad. One bad thing about him, he was always busy, and he had a bad habit of always running late. All right, so let's get started. He was born in Florida in January of 1967. His father was a pilot in the United States Air Force. And when he was 5 years old, his father's plane was shot down and his dad was killed in the line of duty. Yeah, during his adolescence, he would get into trouble, stealing and breaking into houses. So he came before a judge, and instead of sentencing him to do time in juvenile detention, he made the decision to put him into a military school. And at that school, he began to thrive.
Yep. He began playing football at the early age of 3 and kept playing it throughout his childhood. He initially played tight end and running back before switching to defense. He sounds kind of like me. He got a scholarship playing linebacker, and he was known for sacking quarterbacks. Yeah, I used to do that too.
That looks fun. Just knock somebody.
Make him look crazy. When it was time for him to enter the NFL draft, he did well. He was the first round draft pick for a team that he would stay with for his entire career.
Yeah. So one thing he was known for was sacking quarterbacks left and right, and his constant tardiness. He was late to everything, including practice. He was always double booking himself and rushing around to get to the next event. He spent a lot of time with his children. He had 5, and also with the children he worked with in his foundation. He would read to kids at the local library and help them any way he could. Once he paid off all the library fines of the children so that they can have access to books again.
Because of the way he lost his dad, he was always interested in the military planes and enjoyed getting rides on them. He enjoyed when the stadium had a military flyover, and once he played on Veterans Day, and he was on fire on that game and did so in honor of his dad. He got 7 sacks. When he went to get the sacks, he also aimed to hit the quarterbacks in the wrist, which would make them lose the ball. During that game, he tried to do that, but it went wrong. He knocked the ball out before the quarterback hit the ground, and it was picked up by the other team, and it resulted in a game-winning touchdown. He also took losses hard, and during his career, he never made it to a Super Bowl.
All right, so one icy February day, he was on his way to the airport to go be a spectator for a playoff game. He was running late. He did not want to miss his flight, so he was driving a little too fast for the road conditions. There was a winter storm in the area, and due to the icy roads, he lost control of his SUV and flipped the vehicle several times. 3 men were in the car, and only one was wearing a seatbelt. He was not wearing his seatbelt. He survived the crash, but was paralyzed from the chest down. Another was ejected from the vehicle and died on the scene. And then the only passenger that was wearing his seatbelt survived without injury.
He and his family were very optimistic about his recovery, and he was flown back to his hometown in Florida to begin his rehabilitation. A few days later, he told his mom he didn't feel well, and he ended up passing away from a blood clot. His funeral ended up being in 2 cities, and there was viewing at the stadium where he played so that his fans could come pay their respects.
All right, so that's the end of this story. We talked about a football player who was big on community. His career lasted with just one team for his whole career, and he was known for always running late, and he passed away as a result of a car crash.
Yep. So
what do you guys think? Do you think that's fact or fiction?
all right, this story is fact. This is the story of Kansas City Chiefs number 58, Derek Thomas. He was born January 1st, 1967, and passed away on February 8th, 2000. His untimely death changed the city forever, but we'll get to that in a minute. Derek Thomas, aka DT, was selected in the first round of 1989 NFL Draft to the Kansas City Chiefs and was the Rookie of the Year that year. He remained a Chief his whole career, and his number 58 has been retired. He was and is still one of the most beloved Kansas City Chiefs players of all time. He still holds the record of the most sacks in one game, and the game we told you about is where he got 7. He is ranked number 9 for his 41 forced fumbles, and he is number 17 for his 126.5 career sacks. During his career, he received many awards, including the Walter Payton Man of the Year Award in 1993. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2009.
All right, so let's get back to how he changed his city, which is Kansas City. And this is just my opinion, guys. But I don't remember ever wearing a seatbelt in the car before this happened. My family, you know, my mom was big on always watching the news, and they would say all the time, like, if he had had his seatbelt on, he would have survived. If he was wearing a seatbelt, he would still be here, you know. And I just remember commercials. I remember that being around the time where I heard, like, click it or ticket. Like, that's when, like, Kansas City decided, like, we're going to be strict on seatbelts. I don't know. Do you remember that being the case? I remember, like, in 2000, I was, you know, in the 5th grade going to the 6th grade, and I just remember, like, that's when Mom was like, you got your seatbelt on? Yeah, it was like a big deal because I'm telling you guys, he was so loved in Kansas City. Even now, you go to a Chiefs game, you'll see number 15 Mahomes, and you'll always see 58. Someone is going to be wearing a Derek Thomas jersey. I know my sister, she still had one till recently when it got destroyed at the cleaners, but that's a long story. But, you know, it's still like a hot thing to wear to this day, you know, so many 20 plus years later, you know. So that, in my opinion, you know, that's how I feel like he changed the city, because people start wearing seatbelts after that.
Yep.
Yeah. I know, you know, and I think a lot of people would agree with me. So if you're from Kansas City and you agree, if you remember how much they start pushing seatbelts after Derek Thomas died, comment below.
Yep. So.
Yeah. We do also want to let you guys know, you know, we're wrapping up season 1, and we do want to hear from you guys, you know, about the Fact or Fiction Friday series. We want to know, you know, if you are enjoying it, if you know, think they're too easy, too hard. Just comment below how you feel about this series so we can know how to move going forward. We just recently changed our intro with the last video. I think Brandon did a great job on our new intro. So, you know, so that was one thing someone recommended to us. And so we take your opinions. We love it. We're new to this, and we just want to get better and better as we go on. So,
yep. So
add to that.
No, I think you hit everything. So.
All right. Also, wear your seatbelts.
Yep, and we'll be going to Super Bowl again.
Chiefs.
Yep. Well, like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, bye.
Bye.